to Sonoma Raceway. Qualifying underway for the Fever Podcast Gen 6 Cup Series League Sidecar Sunday. Go to the Sidewinder Racing Leagues. Check them all out at djsracing.com. Looks like we got about 12 cars for you here on Sunday. We'll do a 38 lap road course race. They get 19. We'll throw a yellow and then I'll run the rest of the race out under green unless the track gets blocked. But with 12 cars, I doubt we're going to block a track. Group qualifying, they have 10 minutes to try and get their best lap time down. No lap count involved. They can run as many as they can cram into 10 minutes. Do have to navigate traffic, so that's a bit of a thing to watch. A little different for road courses. We do solo qualies on oval, so we throw them out there as a group on road just for fun. See how it goes. Drivers do have to keep it on track. They can't pick up an off track like Quinn just did there. Carl Rotman in the 25, Sociable Ford, Hayden in the Napa Chevy as usual. Joseph Madigan is back in the 76, Mountain Dew Kickstart Ford. Try to get our track map out here. You have some stuff pop up on your screen while we do this. Be patient. We'll get it out the way. See Ian Montrose in the 1. There is set in the way box. There we go. Little track map on there. Waiting for lap times to come in. Casey Graves. 01 car. First one to put one down officially. The DeWalt Salute 01 machine. Only car with a lap time so far, 119.498.
I did something wrong.
Hayden Lowell jumps to the top of the board, 117. And 17 out of Hayden. Out on track, Travis Martin in the 63. Quinn Newton, as I was about to click on him, puts a lap down, goes up to third. Carl Rotman gets the Sociable Ford up to third. Then Trenton Snee gets the Dirty Boys Automotive Chevrolet up to third. A lot of guys jump into that third spot. Trent getting the back end out, coming out of turn 2. That thing really stepped out. Down through 3 and 3A. This track's numbered really weird. Just bear with me. He goes through 4. 100%. That is turn 4. And then, well, they got on here and end up in turn 7. This is turn 7. It goes from 4 to 7. We don't ask questions. And then they go through some S's.
Yeah, I just got the black flag too. For I don't know why.
And then we're in turn 11. Turn 11, the hairpin for Trenton. Then, well, this we're just going to pretend this turn doesn't exist. And then there's the start-finish line. Hey, Red Cell. Right when Trenton's on screen in the 3. How do you feel about him being in the 3 tonight? Normally in the 81. Up into turn 1. Oh, he's sliding that thing out of 2. Guess we'll call that turn 1. The hell with it. It's like one big long turn. Turn 1 is left, turn right is 2. So yeah. Turns 1 and 2 we'll call it. This thing has clearly got a... Oh my gosh, Joseph Vatican goes to second and then flies off the racetrack, backs it into the wall. But does have the second quickest time. Casey Graves now third. Trenton fourth. Carl Ratman fifth. Quinn Newton sixth. Travis Martin seventh. Hey Mama Sneed. Good to see us. How do you feel about Trenton being in the old 3? Doing it for Dale. Down through turn 10. Nice tidy exit. Didn't step out too far. Gets it woed up for turn 11. You love it? Hell yeah. I mean Dale, yeah. Through 11 nice and tidy. Gets a little bit of wheel spin. Car dancing actually quite a lot of wheel spin coming through there. I heard his time, yeah, 122 does not improve. 7 cars have put a lap time in of the 13 cars that are now here as Ethan Evers has snuck into the lobby. Bill Rivard in the 10. He's been looking forward to this. It's on his 4th lap. Still doesn't have one counting yet. Mantra, similar situation. 5 laps. Hasn't put a time down. Does he get one here? 132 on the board. Did he stay on track for it? Does not seem like he did, as that did not go in as a lap time. 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go in qualifying. See the Superflow car heading out of 11, getting the wheel spin, all kinds of wheel spin, trying to get the traction down. Track temp, I heard, was a cool 133 degrees. So these guys are struggling a bit to get it to hook up. Bill Rivard gets that lap to count, moves up to 4th place on the leaderboards. Gets him on row number 2 for the start of the race. Check back in on Ian as he's the only car on track without a lap time. Making his way through the S's. I don't see an off track for him yet this lap, so might be okay at the moment. Down into the quick right hand turn 10. Gotta keep it on track. Woo, he barely does. Goodness gracious, he's hanging it out there. Slowed it down for turn 11. He's got some brake bias dialed into that thing. Look at it go. He's not even going to get it back to the start finish line. He just pulls it off to the side of the track and sends it back to the pit lane.
Qualifying scrutiny is ridiculous.
Apparently he picked up a black flag somewhere along the way. So he's
The what's ridiculous?
qualifying severe scrutiny. He's not happy with it. Red Cell says it's a pretty car. Glad you like it.
Oh, see, I thought, yeah, that's not what I thought you said. You were absolutely right.
Joseph Madigan currently 2nd, Bill Rivard 4th, Trenton 5th. All out on the racetrack. Jerry Scherer had briefly popped out there in the 15 Reds Wicked Sour Apple car. Then went back to the pits. Ian's still trying to get a lap to count. He's having a bit of a struggle with the qualifying set to severe scrutiny, as we do for every race in this series. Apparently it's being a little tricky at this track, Sonoma. Believe he has about 20 seconds to get back to the start finish line. I don't know if that's going to work out for him. We'll see if he has enough time to get a lap in that counts, because this is his warm-up. He would have came from the pit lane on this lap. All he can do is try. Whew, that was close. We'll see. It lets him complete that lap. It has a minute 49 to get back around, which is enough time. He should be able to get this lap to count. Check in for a moment on Bill Rivard. He's on the pit lane, so he's done. Let's check in Hayden and Madigan. Hayden, well, he's in his box. It shows the number 1 car. Maybe it's Cher. There we go. Cher down to 11. I think he just got on the track, so I don't think this is going to be a timed lap, but got a little practice in. Looks like Madigan just wrecked it in 11, so his lap's not going to do anything. And that was Cher's warm-up, so that's not going to do anything. All eyes go back to Ian. Last car out on the track to qualify. See if he can get this lap to count. He steams it into that final corner, sliding it back in. Out of 11 he goes. And apparently he has been tagged again as he just pulls it to a stop. That is going to be it for qualifying. 8 cars get a lap down the counts. Hayden Lowell, Joseph Madigan, Casey Graves, Bill Rivard, Trenton Sneed, Carl Rotman, Travis Martin, and Quinn Newton. Your 8 cars to get something to count. 5 drivers not with a lap. Ethan Evers, Jeremy Scherer, Nick Cooper, Daniel Llewellyn, and Ian Montrose. See if we can have a quick chat with Hayden as we get the cars to roll out on the grid. Track down a Mr. Hayden here in the Discord. Where is Mr. Hayden? I don't see him. Maybe he is not hanging out today. Well, we can't talk to our pole sitter. Sorry about that. Let's see if we can talk to Ethan, just because he's here. Hi, Ethan.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Well, the pole sitter's not here, so we're going to talk to the sponsor. How are you feeling about the road course here?
I just bought the track. I just got done eating, and I haven't made a lap, so hopefully I don't kill anyone.
Dear God, this is going to be bad.
Good luck.
Yeah, this is one of the most, I don't want to say difficult, but technical. One of the more technical tracks. And if you're good with technical, you're good at this track. If you're not good, it might be an adventure.
I'm good with slow. I'll just drive slow. Maybe everybody can get around me.
There you go. Just kind of grandma it around, Sunday cruise and stay out of everybody's way.
I get a top, what? How many people here? 13?
13.
I get top 13.
All right. Top 13 is guaranteed. Good luck out there. Enjoy yourself. And, well, you got 38 laps to try and learn a new track.
All right. Thank you.
All right, bud. Take care. When are we getting the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We was hoping to have that out already, but,
I know. That's why I'm asking.
life be life and...
It do be life, and life be like that sometime.
Yeah.
All
Maybe
right.
we'll get one soon.
Well, tell everybody about the other series you're running on Friday since you're here.
Oh, Super Speedways. We just started it. I thought it was a pretty good turnout and good race. But, DG got top 3 out of that, so if he can get top 3, anybody can do it.
Literally anybody. I have no talent and got a top 3, so that proves what Super Speedway Racing is all about.
We still love it, though.
Joseph is just
Well, that's why we love it, right? Because literally anybody can get up there.
Yep. Even the underdogs can win.
Even the underdogs can win. All right, man. Congrats on that series and existing at this racetrack. Good luck.
Thank you.
Ethan Evers down there for chance 2 as the field starts to roll on a short parade lap. Already coming out of turn number 10, Hayden Lowell is your pole sitter. Joseph Madigan starting second. Casey Graves roll off third. Bill Rivard in fourth. Trent Sneed starts in that 5th spot. Carl Rotman 6th. Travis Martin, that's Carl in the pit lane. All right. Travis Martin 7th. Quinn Newton 8th. Nick Cooper 9th. Ethan Evers 10th. Daniel Llewellyn 11th. Ian Montrose 12th. And Jeremy Scherer in 13th. Everybody on track except for Carl. Carl's going to start from the pits. And here we go. Out of 11 and into a turn that doesn't count. Because they don't say there's 12 turns here. And green flag out in the air, and the teammates Hayden Lowell and Joseph Madigan going to lead us off into turn number 1. Cars going every which way, fanning out a bit as Madigan takes the race lead away from Hayden Lowell. Casey Graves battling the 10 of Bill Rivard, the 01 and the 10. Battle for third as long as the teammates have got it decided up at the front. And Bill Rivard going to get it out on the wide side there, which cuts back to the inside for turn number 3. And down the hill into 4 they go, and bear with me because, as we mentioned earlier, they do really weird stuff here. Track goes from 4 to 7. Oh, Quinn Newton's around in the 88. I don't know what happened with him and Ian.
Keep up, I'm so sorry.
Travis Martin, and there you go. Ian Montrose offering an apology and probably involved in that. see what happens. Goes down into 4. He's on the inside. Catches a little bit of the curb, and that pushes him out wide into Quinn Newton's. Quinn goes around right in front of the Ghost Man. Travis Martin gets a little piece of it. Quinn has rejoined the race, but back in 13th. We do have a caution that comes out at the end of lap 19 as the first top 10 cars have crossed the start-finish line on lap number 20 at the end of 19. Does that make sense to you? Technically on lap 20 once you finish 19. Madigan gets the first lap lead. Hayden Lowell in second. And I'm going to try to figure out why Discord is being loud in the background. Mute that. Hayden Lowell keeping pace with Joe Madigan at the front of the field. Nose to tail, 76 and 56R. Quinn Newton's made it around Daniel Llewellyn. Picked up a spot towards the rear of the field. Battle for the lead intense as Hayden Lowell looks to the inside. Going through turn 7. Into the S's they go side by side, and that is not a very side by side section of the racetrack. They're going to have to take care of each other very, very well here. The teammates getting it done. Not making contact, and Hayden able to complete the pass coming out of turn number 9. As they roll into 10. Quick right-hander. Sets up the drag race down into 11. Hayden gets through there a lot better than Joseph Madigan did. Madigan, under braking, closes right up to the back bumper of that Napa Chevrolet. Out of 11 they go, and back to the start-finish line. Hayden Lowell leads the lap in number 2, wrestling it away from Joseph Madigan. Ethan Evers, Carl Rotman. Close proximity for the 10th spot. Ethan goes way out wide on the exit of 11. Carl's on the inside. He really cuts it in loose. Make sure he doesn't get into Ethan, and kind of killed his own momentum there from that. Neo, thanks for the sub, my friend. Welcome in. Hope you're having a delightful day. 28 months in a row. It's the Neo sub. Top 2 battles on track. Proximity-wise, it's the lead battle here, separated by 4/10, and then that 10th place battle by 4/10 as well. Important that Madigan doesn't let Hayden get away. 19 laps they have to go. The first stint will be longer than the second stint, just based on the maths, because they'll be pitting and then running a shorter stint at the end. Let's run you through the field while we got an opportunity. Although, someone just went off track there. It was Ethan Evers in the 8. You heard him say in the pre-race he had just bought the track and was eating some dinner, so he didn't even get much time on it during qualifying. And here he is, throwing it out there in race mode, giving it a go. Gotta respect him for that. See Quinn Newton in the background closing in. Battle for third shaping up as Casey Graves is run back down Bill Rivard. Rivard had a bit of an off track, allowed Casey Graves to close back in. Rivard gets a bit wide through 1, sets him up on an awkward entry for 2, but he hangs on to it. Casey Graves takes advantage and closes right up to the back bumper of that Superflow Chevrolet. Let's calm down for the moment. Quinn Newton closing in on Ethan Evers. About to see 11th place change hands as the 88 goes around the 8. And now let's run you through the field. Hayden Lowell is your race leader in the Napa Chevrolet. Joseph Madigan hot on his trail in that Mountain Dew kickstart Ford. 4 seconds back, you have Bill Rivard running 3rd. Casey Graves just behind him in 4th, and Trenton Sneed in the 3 car making his debut in SIDECAR. Running the Dirty Boys Automotive Chevrolet. Out of turn 10 and down into 11. Currently in the 5th spot. Holding himself down a very respectable spot at the moment. Gets a little wide through 11. Okay, a lot wide through 11. But he gets it gathered back in. Must have known I was talking about him. Nick Cooper running in 6th spot. Richmond Raceway Esports throwback car. Running in 6th. Ian Monchos. That number 1 machine up to 7th after struggling a little bit with the qualifying regulations. In that 5th spot. Meanwhile, Bill Rivard has made a mistake and Casey Graves has gone around him. Rivard had a bit of an off track. Let's see what happened. Once again, that section of 1 and 2, he just gets it a little wrong, and this time it costs him the spot. So he gets out wide through 2. Casey Graves sneaks by. So Rivard down to 4th, and Graves up to 3rd. Running back through the field, Montrose, as we mentioned, 7th. Travis Martin just behind him in the 8th spot. Then they have 7 seconds over Jeremy Scherer. A Wicked Sour Apple car running 9th. Really cool paint scheme. Carl Ratman, the sociable Ford, marching along in the 10th spot. Quinn Newton, after the spin on the opening lap, has picked up 2 spots up to 11th. Ethan Evers just behind him in 12th. And Daniel Llewellyn all by himself in 13th, making some laps. I don't imagine Daniel will finish this race. He tends to make enough laps to say he was here at a road course and then disappears. Gets himself in without using a provisional, you know. It's a good strategy. We'll see if he sticks with it or not. Closest battle after we ran through our full field. Looks like Nick Cooper closing in on Trenton. Let's go on board with the number 12. Up and over the hill, you get a good idea of the elevation changes as you see the dirt flying off of Trenton's car. Oh my gosh, Bill Rivard and Trenton both got a ton of that curve. We got the right sides way up in the air coming out of 4. Down a little short chute into 7. They cut out a part of the course. This is the short course. The long course has a bit of a carousel in between those 2 turns, and that's why they're numbered weird. Down through the S's. Through 9 and back to 10. It's 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th on the screen there. It's a 12 of Nick Cooper trying to run down 3rd, 4th, and 5th into turn 11. It's about 35 miles an hour through here. Slow down so much. See Trenton getting out wide again. Nick Cooper pretty smooth on the accelerator. We heard a lot of cars breaking traction there. You see Trenton's car breaking traction up ahead, sideways, and dancing every which way. Working lap 7. They get a caution at lap 19/20. Oh, Trenton trying to get the power down, stepping out sideways, and Nick Cooper keeping it nice and tidy. In the long run, that's going to benefit Cooper. But Trenton's giving us a show for sure, sliding that car around. Back outside the cars, you see him coming out of turn 4. They'll make their way back down to 7. See off to the side there, all the extra turn-in areas. That is where the other part of the racetrack goes between the turns 4 and 7. Down through the S's they go. IndyCar, if you ever watch an IndyCar race here, they have a completely different layout. It's only about 4 turns that are the same from the Cup Series to the IndyCar Series here. Trenton starting to run down Bill as, wow, Bill Rivard goes wide, as does Trenton. Trenton just kind of followed Rivard there. They both go off track out of turn 10. Nick Cooper takes advantage, moves up to 5th, and Rivard's starting to struggle a bit in that Superflow car with pink and white number 10. Going away wide. Unfortunately for Trenton, he just kind of got a target lock and followed Rivard right on out there. Daniel Llewellyn having a bit of an issue in a 32. I think he got a little wide here. Yeah, went for a bit of a dirt ride there. Slowed it down enough. You see the leaders are starting to catch him. And, well, there's drama there. Hayden and Daniel don't get along. Hayden is your leader. Daniel is the car about to be lapped. I hope there's nothing there, but we're going to watch just in case. Meanwhile, Bill Rivard has Bill Rivarded something. Oh, no. Coming out of 3, the back end of the 10 car just gets out in the dirt, spins it out into the tire wall there. Hopefully it didn't damage the car too bad, but I see the fender pushing over the tire. That's not good. Falls down to the 8th spot after starting off so well. And here we go. Leaders have caught Daniel. They're all making contact, and once again, Daniel Llewellyn has screwed Hayden all over. And Hayden's going to give it to him right on the straightaway and send him into the inside wall. Hayden goes around.
Yeah, we take them around.
Hayden definitely gave Daniel everything back, and unfortunately that is going to hurt Hayden's car as well. Daniel. Daniel has a meatball after that. Well, that's up for you guys to judge. Bill Rivard has gone to the pit lane. Ian Montrose is in the dirt. Oh my gosh. Let's go back and see how all of that unfolded. Going down to the S's. Pretty good gap there. Through 10. Daniel keeps it well on track and down to the inside. Hayden looking to go around the outside, and then I can't tell if Madigan made contact with Llewellyn or not there. Let's look back at Madigan real quick. That's the extra stuff. We'll get back to that.
Daniel, you're approaching Nathan Harper territory on levels of asshole.
Wow. That is harsh. Yeah, Madigan gets into the back of Daniel, and it shoves him into the 56. I know Daniel was being a bit of a pain, but there's also some some fault on Madigan there. Does get in the back of him. So that was interesting. Madigan now leads. Casey Graves up to second. Hayden Lowell has dropped to third. Car doesn't look too beat up. Probably can make it to the caution. If someone protested, Killa, as in Daniel Llewellyn. Nick Cooper in the 4th spot. Trenton Sneed in 5th. Ian Montrose 6th. Travis Martin 7th. Jerry Scherer 8th. Carl Ratman 9th. Quinn Newton 10th. Ethan Evers 11th. Bill Rivard on and off the pit lane. Taking a very interesting line through turn 10. One way to do it. Fresh out the pit lane with a brand new race car. Daniel sits on the pit lane. We do have fast repairs. Bill Rivard used his. Daniel Llewellyn has not used his. Working lap number 10 of 38 is our race leader. Daniel sitting on the pit lane extensively. 12 cars still on the lead lap, including Bill Rivard, who pit for that set of tires. I wonder if Rivard will try to stay out at the caution. I doubt it. He'll probably just need to stay on the lead lap here, then try to make up what he can after the caution. And caution coming on lap 19, end of lap 19, as the top 10 start lap 20. 10th place car crosses the line. We'll throw a yellow. That way everyone gets their halfway stage points correct before the yellow. Right now that would be Quinn Newton in 10th. Madigan now enjoys a 5-second lead over this man. Casey Graves in 2nd. Casey's got 1.7 over Hayden. Hayden may be nursing a bit of a damaged race car after the incident with Llewellyn. Nick Cooper in the 4th spot. This is Toyota hanging tough. Trenton still in the top 5. Man that definitely does not like road courses is doing well on them. Viva the underdogs in the 5th spot. Ian Montrose in 6th. He likes these longer runs. See if his car starts to get better as we go along, with Travis Martin's reeling him in. You know, Carl Rotman got by Jeremy Scherer. Rotman started from the pits up to the 8th spot. Maybe he thought there'd be calamity in turn 1. Never know. Rotman some 36 seconds behind our leader with Scherer in tow. And Quinn Newton, after the spin, 46 seconds back. He's got 8 seconds to make up to get to Scherer. Ethan Evers are right behind him in 11th. Bill Rivard, after the pit, is 12th. And Hayden Lowell has gone around Casey Graves, and Casey Graves fighting back on him. We'll have to go back and see how that unfolded. Here goes Hayden diving to the inside. Casey Graves left him enough room if he wanted to get in there. And back through the S as they go. Let's see how that came together. Oh, Casey Graves got way out wide into the dirt, and that's how Hayden got to the inside. And then Hayden gets too much of the curb, and Casey was able to get back to the inside. That's how the 01 was back ahead of the 56 after making that mistake. Watch him through 11. Graves is out wide again. You see the 12 of Nick Cooper has joined this party. So second, third, and fourth are all punched up. You also have 6th and 7th together, the 1 and the 63. Montrose and Martin. A couple of battles to keep an eye on. Looks like Martin may have got a better run out of 11. I don't know which battle to watch. They're all close. Bill Rivard starting to close in on Ethan Evers for 11th.
Sorry.
Contact! Hayden's going to try to let him get that back together. Not going to take advantage of that nice sportsman-like gesture from the 56 there to let Casey gather that back in and keep the position and try to get it a little more cleanly. Let's watch this off from Nick Cooper. Third car in line here. 4th place on the track. 3rd and 2nd directly ahead. See him taking a very close line to the tires.
I'm just trying to survive.
Travis and Mon. Those are the two talking to one another on the radio. Transversal communication, I think was what I was going for. Just like brain went blank right in the middle of it. Leaders catching 12th place Ethan Evers. Working lap number 14. We watch this 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place machines going through the S's.
Go on. You're free.
I think Ian just gave Travis the spot.
Now pressure's on.
As the 6th place trades hands while you're watching this, is Ian Montrose just gives Travis Martin.
That is the question.
See, now Martin is ahead. Back into 11 we go with this 3-car battle. Hayden gets a really good entry. Should mean the 01 gets a better exit, and surely enough. Gets the traction and gets out of there. Reopens that gap to over 4/10. 9-second lead for Joseph Madigan right now. Catching up to 12th place Ethan Evers. As we heard Ethan say in pre-race, he's just out there to have a little fun. Just got the track. Montrose has headed to the pit lane knowing that caution's coming. Back to Madigan. Check out Rotman going by Montrose. Rivard and Newton are together. Rivard's been to the pit lane on 4 fresh tires. Newton has much older tires. Wouldn't know it by the way they exited 11 there. Looked like Newton had the fresh tires. They go past the pitting number 1 machine. Ethan Evers has gone a lap down. He'll have to hope Montrose stays on the lead lap over the course of the next 5 laps. Newton gets a bit out wide there, as did Bill Rivard. 9th and 10th place going off track there. That happens a lot when the guy in front of you makes a mistake. You tend to just kind of follow him right into it if you're kind of lulled to sleep almost. These three still putting on a whale of a battle. Toyota, Chevy, Toyota of Graves, Lowell, and Cooper. And 10 seconds behind race leader Joseph Madigan. Sure, these guys are happy they have a caution coming, and Madigan probably wishes he didn't. I also have 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th all together. There's 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th all heading down into turn 11. Rivard with the fresh tires, trying to work on Jeremy Scheer. Picks up a spot for his stage there. If Hayden burned up his tires a little bit. I know he has some damage slowing him down too, but I think he may have been burning it up to compensate for that damage. Oh, Jeremy Scheer out in the dirt. Going to give up spots to Montrose and Newton. Jeremy Scheer goes from 8th to 11th. Blink of an eye. 1 lap time. As a reminder, the caution will come out as the 10th place car crosses the line ending lap 19. Hayden now closest he's been in a while to Casey Graves. Right up to his back bumper through the S's. Down through 9 into 10. Don't have the Ethan Evers car to deal with, but I'm pretty sure Ethan will not be too much trouble. Tends to be pretty sportsmanlike and not holding folks up. Here's the 8 heading out of turn 11. This trio makes their way through. Working lap 18, end of lap 19. This one will start getting ready to throw that caution. Through turn 4 we go. About the only battle close now on the track. Everyone else is spread back out. You see that Ethan got down and out of the way there, as we figured he would. Nice gesture there. Graves trying to hold off Hayden's. Hayden gets to that inside. May have been a little contact there as the 0-1 got sideways. It's hard to tell. That angle we had could have just broke loose from all that horsepower. 900 horsepower package in these cars. Plenty of power. They're out there sliding around, having a good time. Carl Rotman just had a bit of an off, and Casey Graves goes through the pit lane, lap 18. So he's going to give up the stage points and take the pit. So Madigan stays out. Hayden stays out. Graves, Cooper coming to the pit lane, giving up the track position to take the pit before the caution. Trenton Sneed, he's going to stay out, move on up a spot or two. He'll be third once he passes the pitting machines. Travis Martin's going to stay out. We're on lap 19, into this lap when the 10th place car crosses the line. To end lap 19, that is when we throw the yellow. Graves on the pit lane, Cooper on the pit lane. Martin stays out. Tenth place car right now is Quinn Newton. Quinn on lap 19. Not yet. Leaders on lap 19. Leader's not far behind Quinn. There's Quinn going through turn 11. He's coming to start lap 19. Right about there. So the 10th place car is now Bill Rivard going through the pit lane. As the leader comes out right behind him. Bill's going to want to do everything he can to hold him off because, well, he'll be a lap down if he doesn't. Oh, he gets desperate. They make contact. Rivard shoves the leader off the track and then slows down. Feels bad about it. Lets Madigan get his car back on the racetrack and Rivard goes a lap down. That makes things awkward for the yellow. 10th place car is going to cross it with the leader ahead of him. But that's what we said in the Discord, so that's what we got to stick to. Trenton Sneed makes the pit stop. 3 car on the pit lane.
When is that caution?
When the 10th place car ends lap 19, which is going to be after the leader crosses the line to start 21, because Bill Rivard is a lap down.
Better be careful. That 10th place car might not cross it.
And throw yellow. Ten car, you'll have Lucky Dog. Go ahead and go around. I'll clear any blacks. Watch Madigan go around to catch the pace car. He's going through 10. Pace car should be waiting for him on the other side of 11. There goes the Mountain Dew kickstart forward through 11. Should see the pace car pop out. There it is. Not on your track map. It's the black dot with the green outline. Alright, Madigan has caught the pace car. Rivard is Lucky Dog. Kind of unlucky for Rivard. He's going to be at the tail of the field after pitting. I think he pit and tried to stay on that lead lap, but unfortunately for him, did not work out in his favor as he did go that lap down, and now he has to start at the rear of the field no matter what, due to taking that Lucky Dog waiver out. Daniel Llewellyn has made his way back out on the racetrack. That can't be good for Hayden Lull. Hayden in third. Weird thing is Hayden runs low drag sticker on his car, and Daniel's a low drag driver. Teammates not getting along. Here comes the leader onto the pit lane. Everyone else still trying to catch up. Odds are very good that he will still emerge from the pit lane as the race leader. Daniel, fresh out of the pits, he'll take a wave around here and pick up a lap. Let's see who else does what. Travis to the pit lane. Hayden stays out. So he had just pit. Hayden will go to the race lead in the 56. Casey Greaves also had been to the pit lane right before that caution, so he stays out. Martin, as we mentioned, on the pit lane. Nick Cooper on the pit lane. Montrose is coming down. Trenton's heading to the pits. Trenton had just pit 2 laps ago, so I'm a little surprised that the 3 car comes back down.
Black clear, please.
Let's get that black flag clear. There we go. As we mentioned, Trenton pit right before the stage there.
I would like to point out that we've already been in one wreck, and the moment I regain the lead, the 32 has come back out onto the racetrack.
He's been out.
He has been out.
Not when you took the lead. Time to point to that in-season bracket tournament.
Oh my god. .32 should have a wave around. Daniel, leave him alone. Daniel, leave him alone. Children.
Daniel, whiny.
Making me do work.
Casey, I'm going to pick the right side on the restart.
Wave around for Jeremy Shears. He goes around the catch to leaders. He had just gone a lap down not too long before the caution. So he's going to hustle it around and try to catch back up. These two are already picking sides. They really don't have to. Casey Madigan will be third when he catches up.
I think this pace car driver's got a hot date or something.
Yeah, he's hauling. I was thinking that too. Pace car is moving. Field's having a hard time catching up even with the caution. Going through 7 already. There's Travis catching up. Nick Cooper's caught up. Trenton's got 6 seconds to make up. Ian's got 16. These guys have a long way to go. Carl Rotman, Quinn Newton, Bill Rivard are all in the lead lap, but good God. So far back, Scher got the wave around by not pitting. He's going to have to hustle. Speed the pace car is going, catching these guys out a little bit. Already coming into turn 10 here. And 14 laps to go when we turn them loose here. Madigan led most of that first section, but now it's Hayden Law and Casey Graves by a pit strategy. Flipping the stage there. They will be the front row here coming out of turn number 11. Hayden, your control car in the Napa Chevy. Launches right about there. Gets the green flag back out in the air. Casey Graves, Joseph Madigan battle for second. See the 01 already sliding the rears. Madigan looks to take advantage into turn number 2. Doesn't quite get alongside the 01. Now we're going to go back to the left. Just about everybody caught up except for Jeremy Scher, who took that late wave around. A bit of a gap from 7th to 8th, but could have been way worse. Lowell leads Graves, Madigan, Cooper, Martin, and Sneed all bunched up here to the top 6. Bit of a gap to Montrose, and he's got the lap machine of Llewellyn. And you see Carl Rotman in 8th, Quinn Newton 9th, Bill Rivard 10th, Jeremy Scher 11th, Ethan Evers, only car 1 lap down. Running 12th, Daniel Llewellyn back out on track after that wreck, running in 13th, albeit 12 laps down. Hayden stretches it out to 6/10 over Casey Graves. Madigan stuck in 3rd behind the 01 of Graves. I'm sure he is itching to get past this 01 machine. You see him looking every which way, trying to find a gap. He can put that Mountain Dew kickstart machine. Tries to get a drive inside and does. Going into 3. Gets the forward to the inside, but then the next turn back to the right and has to give up the position once again to Graves. Looking for braking spot down into 4. Nothing doing. Graves able to hold that off. Gets out wide coming out of 4, and here comes Madigan to the inside for 7. has the preferred lane. Going to really throw it in there. Graves with the cutback. Good stuff here. Gets back to the right side of the 76 as they go down through the S's, and Graves able to hold off the spot. Lets Hayden get away. He's now 2 seconds down the road, and 11 watching this in his mirror. What a battle Graves and Madigan are putting on. Madigan has about 3 lap fresher tires than Casey Graves does. Of course, some of those run under caution. So not a huge difference.
I don't want to excuse me. I don't want to
Oh, Graves tried to protect the inside. Madigan gave him a shot going through 11. Then Graves tried to put the power down. Bout lost it. Madigan put the bumper to him because he saw Hayden disappearing, and he wanted to go track him down. And that is going to do it for that battle for second. But that was entertaining while it lasted. Now you got the teammates of Nick Cooper and Casey Graves, 3rd and 4th. Trenton Steed right there in 5th. Travis Martin 6th. 3 seconds back to Ian Montrose 7th. 7 seconds back to Rotman as he never quite caught up from that pace car. Newton running in 9th. Bill Rivard 10th. Rivard trying to take away that 9th spot from Newton. So they go side by side. So much room between the two. Bill Rivard goes up and over the curve, then he gets out in the dirt. Quinn Newton cuts it back to the inside. They're going to drag race into 4. And then Quinn backs out of it early. Rivard drives it extra deep.
Yeah, it's fun while it lasted.
And Quinn said that was fun while it lasted. Bill Rivard takes the 9th away. I think it was fun while it lasted too. Gave us something to watch. Closest battle on tracks now for 3rd between the 2 Toyotas. Casey Graves and Nick Cooper coming right at you into turn 11. And that's starting to spread out a little bit. Madigan's cut a second out of the lead already. That's crazy. Joseph Madigan tracking down Hayden Lowell as quickly as possible. Shaved off an entire second that last lap. Absolutely flying in that 76. Hayden did, by the way, take that fast repair, as did Casey Graves during that caution. So Hayden's car is at full strength. Joseph Madigan, you see the gap visually dwindling between the two. Down to 7/10. That is why Madigan moved the 01 out of the way. He wanted to get to this 56 as quickly as he could. Thing about moving somebody in a stock car race, you better get away from him. Madigan did just that. The top 2 machines make their way out of 10 and into 11. Hayden keeping it tidy on entry and swing it out on exit. Madigan kind of took the opposite approach, kept it wide on entry and tighter on exit, straighter exit. Out of 11, Madigan now down to 6/10. Picked up another 10th on Hayden there. Overall, that lap picked up almost a half second. Madigan's flying. 118.0 to a 118.6. Nick Cooper has Casey Graves, Trenton Sneed following behind. There's Trent. It's like Ethan Evers has been able to pick up a spot, as Bill Rivard may have retired the 10 car. So Rivard has decided to bow out of this event. He will likely finish ahead of Daniel Llewellyn. We'll see how it plays out, but I think there's not enough laps left for Daniel to get back up there. Here's the gap, 6/10 between the two as they go into turn 10. Hayden actually going to pick up a little time on this lap. Hayden posts 118.7, Madigan a 118.8. So Hayden picks up a 10th. Montrose and Rotman battle for 7th. Looks like Ethan Evers just had to take a tow. Oh no. Now it was out of turn 10. Ethan Evers nose into the inside wall and took a toe, so he's still behind Bill Rivard after going all the way around backwards the lap. That's what happens when you take the toe. A few battles out there. This is your lead battle. Then you have Montrose and Rotman battle. Trenton's about a second off of Casey Graves. 3 battles to keep an eye on. This is your closest one. 3/10 separate Montrose from Rotman. Nine laps to go. See if Hayden can hold off teammate Joseph Madigan. Madigan Motorsports Machines. That lap, Madigan, the quicker machine, picked up 2/10. Top 3 machines all in the 119s. Nick Cooper actually faster than Madigan and Lowell, but he is 4 seconds behind. Out of turn number 4 they go, back to 7. So they skip that inner loop area. They called it the carousel back in the Sears Point Raceway days when they would run that full section. This lap, Madigan losing ground down through the S's, so Lowell found something that lap. See if Madigan can reel it back in through 10 and 11. Gained a little bit on entry to 10, but then gave it back up on exit to 10. Nothing doing for him in 11, so Hayden's going to pick up some ground that lap. Back to Montrose and Rotman we go. They're still hanging out about a half second apart. Well, Hayden's made a mistake early in this lap as Madigan's picked up a couple tenths again. Seems to be where the advantage is for Madigan early in the lap. Hayden has the rest of the lap figured out. Ethan Evers rejoins the race and officially passes Bill Rivard. It's a lead battle heating up, down to 3/10. Madigan is close enough he can give him a nudge if he wants by. But they are teammates, so that makes it interesting. We saw Madigan put the bumper to Casey Graves to take him up to second. We'll see if he will apply a bumper and move the Napa car. Hayden really good out of 7 and down to the bottom of the racetrack elevation wise. Turns 4 and 7, kind of the peak of the track, and then they go back downhill into the bottom area down here in 11. Out of 11, Madigan actually has the quicker speed this time. So that wider line and straighter exit really working for Madigan that time. 6 laps to go. Up through 1 and 2 we go. This is where Madigan's been better. He is staying right on the back of that Napa machine, trying to force him into a mistake. Down under 3/10 there briefly. Hayden has to be looking in that mirror. Up and over the curb they go for 4. Both of them getting big time sideways, trying to get the power down on exit. Hayden taking a more defensive line. Madigan getting out wide. I almost said Madden, and that's a football game. That is not what I want to say. But once again, Hayden through 7, just so good. Picks up a couple tenths immediately. Madigan was trying to figure out how to get through 7 and gain some speed, and it cost him some time. Now he's going to make it back up down through 11. Gap opened up to 6.5. Catching the 15 of Jeremy Scherer. I'm sure Scherer won't be too much of an issue for the leaders. There he goes. Hangs it to the left and lets him by. Sure will probably be excited with one less lap to go. Madigan really good through those first few corners. Gets it down to 3/10. Gets a decent drive out of 2. Through 3 and 3A.
I'd like race control to note the next car.
Stop crying, bitch.
Daniel, stay out of the way, please. Madigan now right on the back bumper of Hayden Lowell, and Hayden very worried about that Daniel Llewellyn car coming up. And Ian Montrose just crashed in turn 2. 5 laps to go, and that is what the leader is worried about right there. They don't get along. It's been a running storyline. And into the same corner that they had problems with before. Daniel keeps it nice and tight to the inside. Hayden gives him way too much room. Opens the door to the 76 car. That is where they crashed before. They navigated safely, but it was big time in Hayden's head as he tried to pass the 32. They carry on. Still 2/10 between the two, with 4 laps to go here at Sonoma, Sears Point Raceway, and Finion Raceway. It's had a lot of names over the years. Beautiful racetrack in wine country. Up and over the curb as they do in turn number 4, then have to get it back righted before you hit that wall that jumps up at you quick. Most of the other positions are all spread out. This is really the only one in contention right now. We're sticking with it because we don't want to miss a thing, but we'll tell you through the field. Nick Cooper is 3rd, Casey Gray is 4th, Trenton Sneed is 5th. Quinn Newton seems to have gone off track a bit. That has opened up the door for a battle with Ian Montrose. And Montrose getting told he can't park there. Madigan so close. Right on the back bumper. 3 laps to go as they get back to the start finish. Shaping up for a great finish here in Sidecar. Ian Montrose has crashed the one car enough to pick up a meatball. Not sure if he smacked a wall or what. Hayden picking up a little distance, and where Madigan's usually been really good at the first part of the lap, first couple of corners, they're catching Ian, who's having some issues out here. See in the background, there's our leaders. I don't think Ian will be a problem, just something for the leaders to worry about for a moment. Make their way past the 9th place car. Down through 9 and into 10. Madigan going to be pushing the issue to catch up. He's out wide. He missed the apex a little bit. It's going to cost him some time into 11 as Hayden picks up about a 0.5 Still able to get right up there, about 1.5 feet off the bumper. Back to the start finish. 2 laps to go. Montrose has retired the one car. He'll finish 10th. What will Madigan do? Is he hungry enough for this win that he would do something crazy? Or will he be happy with a second? Up and over the curbs, chasing down that 56. Go on board with him. Oh, gives him a tap. Going through turn number 7. Gives him a shot to the rear bumper. We see our first piece of contact there. Hayden withstands it and pulls away by about 0.7. Out of 9 and into 10. Can he gain ground back into 11 and be close enough here? Right to the back bumper. Sliding the exit a little bit, trying to get the power down. White flag in the air for the Napa car and the Kickstart car. One more time around. Final lap here at Sonoma Raceway, and we've got a good one. They are down under 3/10. 56 and 76, Ford versus Chevy. Racing their way through the top part of the racetrack. Most of the time, the Madigan machine has been better through the top part. Into 4 they go, and from here to the bottom is where Hayden's been really good. We'll see how much pressure Madigan puts on. He's going to look to the outside going into turn number 7. He's got the car out there. Hayden won't be able to take his normal line. That's going to rattle him a little bit. Madigan's there. They're side by side down through the S's. Now Hayden has advantage, but Madigan all over the back bumper. He's going to have a shot into 11 if he doesn't blow 10. Oh, they're both sideways coming down the hill into 9. Goodness gracious. Here they go into 10. Madigan's on the outside. He's way out in the dirt, keeps his foot in it. Oh my goodness, he's going to cut it back to the inside, gets the nose in there. He's on the inside of Hayden Law, pushes him out wide through turn number 11. Can he get the power down as he comes off the corner? Last lap, last corner pass by Joseph Madigan's going to get the win here at Sonoma. Hayden Law is going to be disappointed with that second, but what a finish we were just treated to. Man, oh man, the teammates just put on a show for us. Here comes Nick Cooper across the line to finish out the podium in 3rd. Casey Graves, he'll bring it home 4th. And Trent Sneed looks like he's going to pick up a top 5 for that Dirty Boys Automotive Chevrolet. And there you have it. Trenton getting that 5th place. And T-Mart, Travis Martin, going to bring it home in the top half of the field. 6th spot for the Ghost Man as he wraps it out of turn number 11. He'll head back, see the checker flag waving, pick up 6th. There you go. Carl Rotman out of 11. He's going to get a lead lap finish out of starting from the pits. Finish on that middle of the field spot in 7th. And Quinn Newton, after spinning early in the race, never could quite get caught back up. Kind of played catch up the rest of the way, even with the caution, because the pace car driver was so fast. But he'll bring it out of turn number 11, be the last car on a lead lap in 8th spot. Gets himself a lead lap finish. The rest of the finishers, Jeremy Scherer in 9th, Ian Montrose 10th, Ethan Evers 11th, Bill Rivard 12th, and Danielle Wallen in 13th. Back to your leader, Joseph Madigan, getting the victory here tonight. See if we can find our top 3 for interviews. Don't see a Hayden, don't see a Madigan. Do we have a Cooper? Yes, we do. Nick, DG, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you're best of the rest. I mean, those 76 and 56 kind of pulled on the rest of the field all night long, but you were able to stick it in there with a bunch of the guys. Usually 3 or 4 cars around you most of the race, so that was nice to not be all alone, I'm sure. But kind of had to pressure you a little bit. You brought it home on the podium. Probably feels pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, but just doing this for fun, and it was definitely fun for sure.
Well, that's all that matters, right? That's what I want. Want you guys to have fun. So, all right, man. Congrats on the podium finish. Thanks for coming on out. I'm glad you had some fun. You got the friends, family, and sponsor shout-outs for us tonight?
No, not really. Just having fun.
God, you can't even shout out Casey for being a cool teammate? Man. Tough crowd.
I'm just out here having fun. That's all it is.
All right. Well, we're glad you have it. We'll shout out fun. How about that? Congrats on having fun, finishing on the podium, and hopefully we'll see you back here next week.
Maybe.
All right. See if we can track down either of the other 2 if they have popped their way in here. Don't see anybody. Don't see Hayden. Don't see Madigan. What a finish they put on for us, though. Well, all right. Congrats once again to Joseph Madigan on the outstanding last lap pass that he treated us to there. I'm sure they'd like to thank Mountain Dew Kickstart and Ford Performance, Hy-Vee, Penske, Mustang, Hayden Law teammate, put on a good battle there. It was very respectful battle between the 2, and yeah, it was a good time. And Hayden would like to thank Napa and all the admins that helped put on Sidewinder, and Trying to remember what they would say to their interviews. All right, guys. Thanks for sticking it out tonight. Hope you enjoyed tonight's race. They definitely treated us to a good one. I know road course racing is not a lot of people's thing, but races like that are why I really enjoy it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you back here sometime next week. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Have a good night. All right, that wraps up the YouTubes. That was a good time. It was a good finish. They treated us to a